Hi there guys, welcome to my other episode of Stage Build with the Pilot RC Slicks 84 inch. For you guys out there who've bought Pilot RC kit, you'll probably find there are no instructions to it. Absolutely no instructions, no paperwork, not even one piece of little leaflet. Sadly to say, that's the biggest downfall of Pilot RC kits. You do need some kind of building experience. However, when you actually build one Pilot RC kit, the rest is pretty much the same, whether it's 67 inch up to 74 inch and an 84 inch. The building principles they use is pretty much the same from one kit to another. So once you've done one, you kind of like know and follow your nose. When you get the next one, the build is more or less the same. Sadly though, there are no instructions out there on the internet or anywhere, so you just got to like figure things out. But with a kit so expensive, you can't afford to make any mistakes. So hopefully this video out there, my stage build, will help you guys to kind of like find a way of building the RC kit. Without me going on too much, without further ado, I will do the build of the Pilot RC kit on the Rudder. Firstly, I want to install the Rudder control horns in place. So basically what I have got, you do have to like rough up the surface of the control horns. What I have got is a permagrit sanding block. You can get these from any kind of model shops. If you haven't, then sandpaper will be just as good. I'm just going to rough it up a bit, a few times, just so it takes the shininess away, like such. I've got a really good permagrit sanding block, so it doesn't need a lot of rubbing on it. Again, brilliant. That's pretty much the roughness, as you can see. And then you've also got a little base plate. They come with the Pilot RC kit, which is that kind of stuff. The horns that go through the two slots. And what you do, you just basically rough that up as well, and then just take the shininess away, like such. And what I normally do is clean it up, wipe off the excess dust away from the actual bits what we need to glue into. So get that piece of kitchen towel with, I normally just do it with little bit of varnish remover. It takes the dust away, keeps everything nice and clean, so when the glue goes in it keys to place. Everything's cleaned up pretty much a-okay. Right, so what I will do is put this through the shininess. Obviously stays on top. The rough part goes towards the bottom because it has to key onto the rudder. So just get that in place, and then what I will do, put this in, making sure the slots are sort of pre-cut when the kit comes. So I'm going to just stick this in, and then what I'll do, make sure when you put it in, the control horn faces forward towards the nose of the aircraft. Don't do it so it's backwards, because you know, once you've glued it in you can't take it out. So what I'm going to do, use a hobby knife and cut round the edges of the base plate, and then I'm just going to do this now. Okay, you just got to have a really steady pair of hands to do this. Sharp knife always works better, so you're not messing about having to redo it all the time. So once you cut round it, pull this back out, and then use your hobbycraft knife and just piddle the bit that you've cut, lift it up, and then you see. To really put this solar covering on really well. So when you try to piddle it off, it becomes quite a difficult job, but I don't think it's nothing that experienced modeler can't handle. Just cut round it a little bit more. Okay, so you get that effect. Okay, so after that, what I normally do is get the iron, your solar film iron, just to iron it back down in place like such, you know, so it doesn't come off. Brilliant. And then time to mix some epoxy, and I'm going to do that right now. Just going to use what I normally do. You see this piece of card is quite thick. It's actually part of the box that it came in, and I cut it to bits, and then I thought, I'll use this. It's good for mixing glue on. So this stage, do not skim on the glue, because your glue, it's always better to have more than not enough. When you haven't got enough, that's when you got problem with the thing doesn't stick, and then you have to redo it again. What I normally do is use a small screwdriver, very fine. The reason being, it gets into the gap easy enough. Right. Okay, glue is mixed. Just let that sit for a minute. Pop this back in. This is very, very quick. You've got to do it quite quick. Masking tape up against where you're working. You see why in a minute. Okay, when the masking tape has been in place, pull this back out. You can see all the masking tape around it, so you just pull this back out. Then you simply get the glue, just going to angle this so you guys can see it better. Okay. Okay, got the glue. I just simply dab it in place of where I'm working the gap. Okay. Try and get as much glue in as possible. Don't obviously sell yourself short with this, because this bit's quite important. The rudder will need to be glued in really tight for a simple reason. It takes a lot of pull. Okay, then this, what I simply do is lather it with glue on both sides. Again, not going short with it. Can't afford to go short with the glue at this stage, so just basically lather it on as much as you can. And also the front of it, the edges, that's got to be lathered with glue. It's just as much important on the edges as the sides. Okay, now that's plenty of glue in place. I haven't got to worry about that. And what I do have to worry about is getting more glue into the gap. Let it run through, let it flow through. Okay, now that's done. You simply pop this in and you'll get a lot of overspill, heck of a lot of overspill, which is a good thing. The more overspill you get, the better it, you know, you've got enough glue. Get your kitchen towel ready or some kind of wipe ready. Wipe off the excess glue, and then doesn't matter how careful I am with trying not to get glue on me, I always end up getting some glue on my finger. I don't know why, it's just my clumsiness. Okay, once that's done, wiped off, start to peel off your masking tape, and as such, okay. Okay, when that's done, making sure your hinge is fully pressed down. After that, what I simply use is a very mild form of nail polish remover. I say very mild, it doesn't actually harm the covering, but do not use it on paint or colour, anything like that, because it will, even though mild, will actually take the paint off. Don't use it on spats or anything like that, because that will take the paint off. Okay, brilliant. Okay, okay there. Well, that's as simple as it goes. A job well done. Simply turn it upside down so the glue will run back down into the control horn. You want the glue to run down so it doesn't move in any kind of way. Okay, and that's pretty much how you fix one of these control horn onto the actual rudder. And I'm just going to put it on my model cradle, so that'll be okay. And finally, this is the bit sometimes people forget to do, and that is clean off your screwdriver, what you have been using. You don't want the epoxy staying on, so you just clean it off, wipe it all off with a piece of kitchen towel and nail polish remover, and that's it, pretty much it. Okay, finally, myself, because I've got glue on my fingers, this stuff is really good for taking any kind of glue off when the glue is still wet and not cool. So there we go. I will wash my hands after, because I don't like the smell of the nail polish remover. Gets you very, very high. Now then, guys, this is as simple as much as simple as I can put it. How to put a control horns on, but I will be doing another stage video on something else. But if you like to follow my channel, please give me the thumbs up and subscribe. By subscribing, you'll keep my channel going and keep me motivated. Without you guys out there checking on my channels, it's just lack of motivation. So please do subscribe. Thank you very much for your time and time to watch this and your interest, etc. And fly safe, always fly safe, and have a good one, guys. Good night.